Hey, Meghann, Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show, and joining me now it is Yvonne Lane from the Lifelong Learning Festival. How are you getting on?
Great, thanks, Meghann. Lovely to join you this morning. Thanks very much.
I know it is a very busy week because today is, of course, day one of the festival. But for those who don't know about it, what exactly is the Lifelong Learning Festival?
Okay, so the Lifelong Learning Festival, it's now 11 years old, would you believe, in Limerick? Yes, so it's really a flagship event. Normally it is held coming up to Easter time, so it's slightly later this year for various reasons, including, of course, the ongoing pandemic. But this year will be our second year, Meghann, as holding it as a virtual festival, completely online. And I suppose it was very exciting last year for our 10-year anniversary to embark on bringing the festival in its 10th year last September to providing it virtually for our audience. And I suppose we're looking forward to the next year in 2022 already of it returning in, I suppose, its original physical event form, but of course keeping the online that we have embraced and that we have really enjoyed, I suppose, and that it'll be a combination going forward, and that we won't leave behind offering our events virtually in the future, because this is the way, I suppose, forward now. And logging on, you know what I mean, to your Zoom class, learning how to cook something, you know, learning to manage, I suppose, with your wellness, having a nice mindful walking session with your facilitator online. And it's really, I suppose, been an eye-opener to us about how easily the festival, I suppose, embraced that new form, and indeed that it's quite convenient also for people not only in Limerick but further afield in other cities in Ireland and internationally. We're partners with UNESCO Global Network Cities as well to be able to join us because of the online format. So there's over 100 events in this year's programme, which is brilliant, because our first year to offer it virtually last year, we had 80 events last September. So we're really thrilled with the offering of over 100 online events. And very interestingly as well, most of those, over 90% of those events are offered in a live interactive form, which means that you're learning by doing, you're asking questions, whether it's via the chat or interactively with the facilitator. Like I mentioned, some might have a practical element involved in the session as well. There are a small number also of pre-recorded videos as well that might be available at a particular time, or to be able to watch and enjoy throughout the week as well as part of the programme.
It's absolutely wonderful. And I think there, I guess the one thing, we touched on there with the virtual is the fact that now that you've got an extra 20 events this year, it just shows that the capacity there, and there's obviously the interest there, but also it's connecting with people then, as you mentioned, in other parts of Ireland and the world, because that's the great thing about the virtual world. I think especially in the past year, we've all learned how to do Zoom, like the amount of people now that are using videos like this and are really adapting to it. And I guess that is the way forward. But as you said there, it must be great to see more and more people being able to tune in, and, people learning about the Lifelong Learning Festival because of this, whereas maybe in previous years it would have more so been a localized event, whereas now you can, as you said, people from all over the world, or maybe anyone with a Limerick connection might decide, you know what, I live in America, but my ancestors are from Limerick, I want to see what's going on.
That's right. So we can, I suppose, send them a link to the online offering on the website, limerick.ie Love Learning, or an online link to the downloadable brochure. And like you say, we can send that all around the world, and people don't necessarily have to travel. For our event this afternoon, that we'll probably chat about the flagship event for the festival, with people joining us from our other partner learning cities within the islands of Ireland, from Belfast, Derry, Strabane, Dublin and Cork, for example. And that is a feature as well of the events through the week, where we encourage our event hosts to partner with other contacts that they may have, and it might not necessarily, as you mentioned, be within Limerick. Indeed, we have an event happening on Thursday evening with partner in Hatay city in Turkey, where we're going to be having a tea time looking at, can cultural exchange go virtual? An interesting question.
Incredible. Actually, I really love the idea of that. And that was going to be my next question, is about the events that are taking place. So you did mention the flagship event that's happening today. So can you tell us more about that?
No problem. We're really excited about this event. So it's a lunchtime webinar event starting at 1 p.m. today. And we work with the Learning Limerick ambassadors. And these are lifelong learners from all walks of life that have embraced learning, but not only that, but are very passionate about sharing the lifelong learning message, about inspiring others to overcome barriers in their own lives to continue and to embrace new learning and to take up new opportunities for learning and skills and hobbies, etc. And I suppose through them demonstrating that they've overcome obstacles and barriers themselves in their own life, they inspire us all. Now, we have worked with these ambassadors over the last 2 years, and they have, I suppose, published a video series where they have live video interviews, and we launched that video series with the Mayor, Michael Collins, last December in 2020, and we promote those through our own website, Learning Limerick, and through our social media channels. But today it's really exciting because the interviews with our ambassadors will be live, and a couple of pre-recorded ones also. And I suppose through that, they'll link with the festival theme, which is New Futures, New Adventures in Learning. And they'll be telling us about their adventures and their hopes and plans and dreams for their future careers. We have ambassadors from South Hill Family Resource Centre. We have ambassadors from West Limerick, Newcastle West joining us, and Lillian Fotobang, who actually is a lecturer and pursuing her PhD in Mary Immaculate College, but she's one of our learning ambassadors. And Lillian has a background in broadcasting and journalism and a great expertise in that area. So it's a lovely, I suppose, testament to the Ambassadors Project that one of our ambassadors, Lillian, is now going to undertake the role of moderator or interviewer this lunchtime and is going to interview her fellow ambassadors. So it's a really kind of a live, interactive, high-level event. I will invite commentary and a panel discussion from our Irish network of Learning Cities partners that I mentioned earlier, from Dublin, Cork, Derry, Strabane, and Belfast, indeed. So it's a lovely partnership with the Irish network of Learning Cities also.
Incredible, and I'll include the Eventbrite link in there as well. Now, Yvonne, before we let you go, because I know you have a very busy week ahead of you, so thank you for taking this time to chat to us. Are there any more kind of, would say, what would be the main events maybe coming up in the week that if people wanted to, get involved in?
Absolutely. No, we have fantastic events happening. Tomorrow, Tuesday, for example, we have skills that you might need for 2030, skills your employer might need, skills you might need, a partnership through UL and the Midwest Regional Skills Forum. And I suppose we have an event there about cooking with chicken pizza, a very interesting one with the National Learning Network at 11 on Wednesday. And there's a series of language tasters there happening through the School of Modern Languages in UL, Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, etc. But I know that there are, I suppose, watch out for many of those languages sessions, and it's a lovely opportunity to take up and to learn a new language. Just some others there, turning your hobby into a business, provided by the Limerick Enterprise Office. That's on Thursday at 10 a.m. A couple happening later in the week. Then on Friday, we have the Circular Economy lunchtime webinar, looking at various social enterprises, including the Urban Co-op there, and some virtual tours, which is really interesting, coordinated from Paul Partnership. There's a lovely South Hill Family Resource Centre anniversary video, 20 years, a celebration of South Hill Family Resource Centre that will also be showcased at 11 o'clock this coming Friday. And finally, I just would like to mention the very last event through the week, because I know this morning you and I would like to maybe profile some of the events that are happening later, just in case people view this video later on and this recording, Meghann, as we go throughout the week. But the final event to close out the week is a lovely Signs of Positivity that are going to be signs that West Limerick learners have linked with West Limerick Resources in Newcastle West, and they have created their own signs of kind of positive messages for the pandemic outside their own homes. And a videographer has gone around, I suppose, the learners' estates, locality, houses in that rural area, and shot video footage of these beautiful signs of positivity. And that's how a community have remotely, very nicely connected together on a project and got their instructions, the material sent out to them, worked away, kept in touch via Zoom, WhatsApp, etc. And it's amazing how we all have managed to work collaboratively, but not necessarily gathered in the same classroom together.
Absolutely. It's absolutely incredible. It's great to see everyone adapting and adjusting to it. So remind us of the website for a list of all the events and what's going on.
Absolutely. Find something in the list of 100. You won't be disappointed. and take down your program for the week. It's limerick.ie/love learning. And the council kindly hosts all of our festival details on the website. And a huge thank you to all of our festival sponsors, that we could not do this without our third level partners, the council, Paul Partnership, the Education and Training Board, Limerick and Clare Education and Training Board, the National Learning Network, Limerick Childcare Committee, and the Limerick College of Further Education. And I suppose we have a huge offering from our third level partners as well, and you'll see that throughout the programme. So we're very grateful for the sponsors for their funding, because of course this couldn't happen without them, and to yourselves in the Limerick Post, the Limerick Leader, Live 95, our media partners are really cool and absolutely fabulous to us in helping us get the message out there. So thanks, Meghann, for all your support.
Yvonne Lane of Lifelong Learning, thank you so much. And I have to say, I can't wait to see all that's going on in the festival this week. And thank you so much for chatting to us on the Limerick Post Show.
Okay, thank you, Meghann.